Okay. As you can see, I got a problem there. Whew, I've been out here pulling for like 10 minutes. You know, and these Briggs and Strattons, they just fire right off. So, I'm pretty sure it's the limit switch right here, this side. If this side here, you can open it up and you can hear it click. It clicks. You know, if you move the arm. Here, I'll show you. Let's open it up. Come on, stay open. All right, so this is your limit switches for idiots that I guess think it's a good idea to have this open. Hear that? That one over there doesn't do it. So, and you can see I keep this thing clean. So, my emergency stop, used to, you would push it in and turn it and it would lock. Well, the lock never, that stopped working. And that's usually how I shut it off, is I just hit that button. So that's all hooked together. There's two of these, this guy, and then this is your low oil pressure sensor. So, I mean, all I've done since the last time I run this was move this over here. So anyways, I watched video here, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or something, I'm not sure. Off Grid with Jay and Jen, they have an OS 27, and you know, he hadn't run his mill in like, I don't know, 6 months. Left it uncovered all winter. He had a mouse nest in there, which mine is perfectly clean. I've never cleaned that air filter ever, and it is perfectly clean. He claimed that the mouse ate his wires, but when he opened it all up, this thing was packed full of sawdust and everything was corroded in there. So, he rewired all this. Not sure, but I just pulled this because this is what is killing you right here. This is what's killing the spark. So, and I'll have to order one of those limit switches or just bypass that. I mean, the one smart thing he said, I'm not 12. You know, I'm not going to open this up with this thing spinning. So, so I might just bypass that. I don't know. I've taken, you know, this thing has a safety guard. I've taken that off because my own fault was I bent it. I bent the screw, the little thumb screw that holds it in. So, don't really need it anyways. It always sticks out here and you run into it when you have your thing open and your blade guide is open all the way. So what I got on here right now is this little crappy piece of white oak. It's all full of knots. I'm pretty sure it was close to the top of the tree or something, obviously with all the limbs on it. But I have a couple, and you can see it doesn't even fit on this last bunk. That drives me nuts when they don't do that. But anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, I have a couple of small projects that are kind of coming due. I'm on a time crunch and I need this, and I have another small piece of red oak which I have a railing to make, which is, I think that's only like about an 8-footer over there, so I can use that. It's pretty small, and then I can start on some other stuff. I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. This bug or whatever I got is it's been kicking my butt. So I think we're gonna see how this is a brand new blade that I had sharpened, so it's goat farmer approved. So we're gonna see how it goes. See how this thing cuts since I've kind of like re-leveled the beds. Attempted to level this power head. Alright, well I'm gonna set you up here and we're gonna see what happens.
On the road, headed back to New Orleans, driving in the country past old-timey scenes. Big birds were singing in the tall willow trees, mighty fine. 3 words written on a paper bag: I miss you, was written in a message in black, thrown in a van 2,000 miles back, a better time. And how many souls and times that I've told of places that I'd want to be. And how
Alright, now I got 2 4x4s and 2, I don't know what they are, 6 by 1x6s. So I'll tell you, now I'm not blaming anything 100% on the mill, but if I would have cut that when it was sitting over there before I did all the kind of the fine tuning, they'd been horrible looking, as naughty as that was. Before, when I would do a real naughty piece of wood like that, it would have dips in it, like, you know, oh, it'd be bad. So I'm really happy with the way it's cutting. You know, I'm pretty happy. I like the fact that I have room to move around here. I'd like to get a set of, like, build a set of sawhorses that I could put my wood on and just pick it up and take it and stack it. So I just have this kind of, you know, right now. I just wanted to get out here, do some milling. So, all right, I was wondering why nobody was at their hay. So, a little out of breath here. But I'll show you what was there. I've thrown them about 5 or 6 times. Get them out of there. Can you see them? Crazy how they climb trees. I guess he didn't like me throwing them. Oh, I stopped. It's crazy how they climb like that. But he was down there. He was in by the hay feeder, and all the goats wouldn't go around the hay. So I threw him, he started going for the hut, their sleeping hut. So I threw him like 3 or 4 times with a pitchfork. And he kept wanting to go downhill, so I threw him up here in this pile. So, well, he'll live to eat another mouse. I'm not too worried about a black snake, although, as long as he stays out of my chickens. It's all good, everybody. I saved your lives. Yep, you're welcome. You're welcome. You can eat in peace now. No giant black worms trying to get you.
In the town on the hill where the apples grow, the church bells ring every hour or so. I took a little walk just to see the ships coming in. The sun rose up right above the highway. Black, blue, red, yellow, golden skyway. It's like the day that you jump into the wind. I can't go back down to that water again. These old muddy shoes keep on walking the streets.
Alright, well, we're on to the second log. You seen me cutting this guy. Unfortunately, there's some rot in it. That's kind of a bummer. But we'll see. Hopefully they work. Hopefully they're long enough. I had those over there from the white oak. Those are from the white oak. Man, the crap pile builds fast compared to the good wood pile. So, alright, well, I gotta get this flipped over. You know, I used to flip these guys 180 on the bunk. I know there's all kinds of controversy and blah blah blah, but I've been watching what's it called? Two Guys Timber Framing, I think that's what it's called. Really good YouTube channel. I really like it. Very informative, especially doing, I mean, the last video he put out where he was doing all the timber framing cuts with his sawmill. Pretty cool. So, but he brought up something. He never flips 180 because you end up with all the edgings, and nobody likes to cut the flitches. You end up with all those flitches that you have to edge. So if you go to a cant right away, you don't end up with all those flitches to edge. So I think that's actually a pretty good idea. So I've been doing that here last couple logs, and it seems to be working. I think this area is working out pretty nice for me. I don't have it all perfect yet. It's really muddy. Been raining here most of the day yesterday and last night, and then it rained here this morning, so it's pretty muddy. I'm gonna probably knock this guy out and then I don't know, go do chores. That's what I always do, right? Go do chores. So all right, let me set you up or something here. I don't know, we'll see. I got two 3x6s, which I'm gonna cut them. You can see, pretty sure that's my blade diving. Anyways, I can cut them on the table saw, and I got another 1.5 by 6 over there. So I think this maybe will do what I want it to do for my two projects down at the Airbnb. So let's hope. All right, well, I need to clean the sawmill up and get it covered. It's supposed to have thunderstorms, which I failed at that yesterday. I didn't get this thing covered and it got rained on, so. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, well, here is one of my little projects that I milled for. This is down at our Airbnb. So, white oak 4x4s, and then I did all this in red oak. And it needs stained, and this railing, technically it's only 16 inches. So, but I didn't want anybody putting a chair. So what used to be here a long time ago was a hot tub right there. It had steps here. When the hot tub went, the steps are still here, and we had an old potting table we shoved up against there. Just people were using it for the grill. And, but anyways, it started to rot. So I tore this all out. It's not really to stop anybody from going through it. All it is like you can put some chairs up against this. Nobody'd flip over backwards if they were partaking of the alcohol. So, but other than that, I think it's pretty good. I gotta make another board to put on this post here. Doesn't look right. I just had a little piece sitting there to attach that to the wall. Makes it nice and sturdy. So I took, cut half of it out, screwed it into the top, and then it's bolted into the side of the deck, and it's sitting on the ground. So should work out pretty good. Like I said, it's more for looks and just keep people from, if they want to set a chair there, they don't flip over backwards. So this deck has been on here since the 90s. It's way past it. It's held up quite well, but it's getting near the end of its life. So I can't imagine what it would cost to replace this now. It's like 30 feet by 16, I think. Honestly, if I did it, I'd probably just buy a truckload of hemlock. Just do it myself. That's more than likely what's going to happen the day it needs replaced. So, but there's that. Like I said, that's my, this will keep the rain off the top of these guys, and then it's all screwed down just to keep this guy flat, and then to keep this guy straight. I don't know what will happen with this dude, but we shall see. Alright, I got people checking in, so I can't do anything with the stain right now. I'm checking in a couple hours. So my next project is inside. I gotta do extend the stair railing like 3, 4 steps. So that'll be next. I already have that stuff cut. You seen that yesterday. That's gonna have to look a little more finished than this. So, all right.